Yeah, hello everybody. This is the new podcast, our first show on crypto 24/7. And we're going to be discussing cryptocurrencies. We're going to invite people on the show. We have experts and investors coming on the show. We have a new coin that we're going to look into, and we've invested in in a small way to see how we get on. It's called Decentr. It's a low market cap. So I'm going to hand you over now to one of the co-host experts there to have a talk about the show and about the coins, and see can we get a little bit more involved in it and explain it to all the people at home.
Yeah, so the coin we're going to be talking about today is Decentr. That's otherwise known as DEC. It's a coin on Uniswap exchange at the moment, and it's hopefully soon going to be listed on bigger exchanges. And that's one of the reasons why we've invested in this in the last few weeks. So over the last few years, companies have been selling your stolen data for over a decade, and raw user data that belongs to you. But what Decentr does is it returns the control and value of your data to you. So at the moment, the coin has a market cap of 8.5 million, and its cost is just under 14 cents in dollars. It has a total supply of 1 billion and circulating supply of 61 million. But the interesting thing about the circulating supply of 61 million is that if staking is announced in the next few weeks, which is what we're hoping will happen, a lot of this supply will be tied up and frozen for the next few months. And this will mean that there will be a reduction in supply and hopefully an increase in demand, which would lead to a price rise. And I think that's one of the reasons as well why a lot of us have invested, and why these two other investors have also invested.
Yeah, well, the coin is only new coin, so it's a great opportunity. And also there we had a big drop on Bitcoin just 2 days ago, or yesterday maybe. So the coin dropped down. What price is it now? Is it 14 cent dollars? 14 cent, and it dropped down to 9 cent, I think. So we were able to get in a good price for the coin, as it was 25 cent there about 2 weeks ago. And as you say there, it's going to be hopefully go on bigger exchanges, which then will hopefully see the coin maybe double or treble straight away as soon as it goes on a big exchange. So that'll be the main reason why that I have invested in it, because once it hits the big exchange, we could easily double our money. Of course, not financial advice, but this is just our own opinions, just when we're doing our trading and stuff like that. So what do you think of the coin, and what's the chances of it being put on Binance, and how soon could that happen?
Well, at the moment, it's only on Uniswap exchange and MXC exchange mainly. And in the Telegram chat, which is the announcement channel for Decentr, they've talked about the possibility of new partnerships, new exchanges. So I definitely expect new exchanges to be coming up over the next few weeks and months. There's no specifics on an exchange or which exchange it will be. But I know in one of the Telegram chats, a user asked about when it would be listed on Binance. And one of the team members said that they're not sure on specifics yet, but stay tuned for announcements. So that could mean that a Binance listing could be on the cards soon, or maybe another exchange first. But there's definitely a lot of room for growth if more exchanges get added, because the exchanges they're on at the moment are only small exchanges. So there's a lot of room for growth. And another reason why I like this investment is because it's already teamed up with big partners, one with Tomo Chain, one with Chainlink. But also they're exploring a partnership with Polkadot, which is the 5th biggest market cap coin. So it seems to be gathering lots of different partnerships, and that's another reason why there's a lot of potential over the next few weeks.
So once we see these partnerships coming on board and the coin maybe gets in other exchanges, and especially if Binance, the biggest one, we could see a massive pump on this coin then after a few weeks or months of the stuff all happening.
Yeah, well, Binance will mean that the volume available for the coin will be up a lot compared to what it has at the moment. So there'll be a lot more buyers. There'll be the order books will be a lot bigger. So it'll be easier to sell the coin, but also to buy the coin. And at the minute, the order book is very thin because the exchanges are so small. So that should be a big improvement if these new exchanges do get added. And there was also news that they were under review by the Bank of England. That was another partnership that they're talking about.
Yes, so really it's a small coin now, and it could blow up very soon with all this stuff happening. Plus you can only buy it with Ethereum now, isn't that right? Or US dollars, but then if it goes in the bigger exchanges, you'll be able to buy it with Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, if it went on Binance, they might add that Bitcoin pair, which would be another interesting thing that would be added, because people mightn't want to buy it with Ethereum because of the gas fees being so high, or they mightn't want to buy it with the USDT because they might want to prefer to buy it with a proper coin rather than a stable coin. So that's another thing in the pipeline. And also then their mainnet, so that was scheduled for either January, February or March of 2021 next year, but they've said now that they're way ahead of schedule after their partnership with Chainlink. So hopefully that mainnet will be a lot earlier, and it'll be towards the end of this year. And most of the time when we get a mainnet announcement, the price would see a big increase. It could go 100% over a couple of weeks' time, or that sort of idea. So that's another thing that could be of interest for investors.
And there's also, is there stacking or some kind of thing coming up maybe with this coin as well?
Yeah, they've announced staking is coming. They haven't given a date yet. They said they're organizing staking partners and they're getting the specifics of it, but it's not announced yet. There's been no date or who they're going to be staking with, but we'd hope that once it is announced, that rewards for the users will probably be around 10 or 20%. So if you have, let's say, $1,000 in DEC and you want to stake that, then you'll be earning rewards per maybe 12 months. You might earn 10% interest or 20% interest. And these tokens will be frozen. So the person that stakes their coins won't be able to sell them. And that's why I was talking about with the supply being 61 million. If, let's say, even half of the people that want to stake their coins out of the 61 million coins, that would mean that 30 million of those are going to be staked and locked for 12 months. So the supply is being cut in half. And if the supply is being cut in half, the demand is going to go up. There's going to be less DEC available to buy. So the price should go up with that. That's normally what happens. So that's what we're thinking with staking, and that's going to be announced very soon.
Yeah, so there's a lot actually happening with it. So in the next few months, so it probably will. Hopefully, we'll see a bit of a pump every time something is announced. So these things normally get announced fairly with a bit of notice. Do they? Would they announce something's happening next week or in 2 weeks, or what sort of notice do they normally give for these things to happen? Do you know what happens?
Most of the time they just announce them out of the blue nearly, and that would cause the pump. But they've talked about how they're exploring these partnerships, so people know that they could happen, but they haven't actually been they haven't been confirmed yet or anything. But once they are confirmed, that's normally when the price would rise. But the good thing about getting in now is that we've just seen nearly a 50% drop from the prices last week, where they were up at 25 cents and now it's just under 14 cents. So we've seen nearly a 50% drop. So it is a great time to be getting in here at these prices and such a low market cap at 8.5 million. I was looking today, and in the top 100 coin market cap coins, if it was 100th on the list, which would be easily enough done, that would be a 100 million market cap. And this is only at 8.5 million market cap. So you can see there that there's room for it to run maybe 10 times or 12 times if it did gather a bit of momentum and it had that big news coming out, and a lot of the events that they've said is going to happen, if they do happen and all that stuff comes to fruition, then it could fly up.
Yes, really, really, it's looking good so for the future. And I'm sure if there's anybody else that has done their research on the coin, they can let us know any information that they've researched it as well. Maybe they can let us know in the comments below, or give us some information if they have on the coin as well, and we can all work together on the coin and maybe invest and try and learn from each other and the research we do on the coin, and we'll let each other know when there's information coming out, or we know if there's news coming out. It'll be good information to get if everybody joined in and let us know what was happening.
That's great. Brilliant coverage there on everything, and it's given us a better view on the whole situation. The coin sounds like it's going to be an exciting coin. Get involved in and invest a few pound that you might have lying in the press or under the bed or whatever you want to do with it. But the whole thing is that It's not financial advice we're giving. It's just a general chat about the coins and the cryptocurrencies. Maybe we could get in touch with the DEC people in London or in England or wherever and see, can we get them on the show, and we bring them in on board and we can have a chat with them, and we might get more detail on what's happening and to get involved, get other people involved. And I hope this has been a good podcast for people out there all over the world. You know, Crypto 24/7. A great start to our #1 show, our first show, and it's a #1 show. So we're going to do this again on a regular basis, and we're going to start this this week, and we're going to keep moving. I will keep you updated on the deck. And it's been brilliant talking to everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. And thanks for listening. Thank you. Bye-bye.